Rise and shine, video game players. We're days away from the early access release of V Rising, also known as the 17th of May. SLS recently released a devblog with a developer Q&A. The questions for this Q&A comes from the V Rising Discord, and they were answered by Johan Ilves, the Marketing Director at Devblog Studios. If you want to read the entire Q&A, there's a link below. There's some really interesting information in it. Let's check out what I consider to be the most important parts. One thing that many of us have wondered is how much will V Rising cost, and the answer is $20. $19.99 with some regional adjustments to be precise. Mr. Ilves also said that the game will be more expensive at full release, so if you want to get it cheap, early access is the time to get it. How much the price will go up at 1.0 is still unknown though. Let's move on to the planned development of the game during early access. The first priority will be to get everything that's in the game right now working like it's intended to. While balancing and polishing that, they'll also gather feedback from the people playing the game, and based on that and their own ideas, of course, they'll decide what will be added and in what order. It was also said that they want to get a lot of work done before each update to make sure that they really add a lot to the experience for the players. And if players feel like they've done everything there is to do, Mr. Ilves recommended that they play another game while they're waiting for new things to be added. So I would say be prepared for a slow cooker of early access, where the devs give themselves time to create the game they envision and will let it be ready when it's ready. At least that's what I hope they're saying. Following up on this, there were questions about the possibility of new content being added to the game after the release of 1.0. Both DLCs and a season pass were mentioned. The Season Pass was brought up as a possibility that at least shouldn't be dismissed, while content added as either free or paid DLC feels more expected. But the answers made it clear that the exact plans for post-release isn't something they're thinking too much about at the moment. Now, if you're somehow already dying for some DLC even though the game isn't out yet, V Rising's got you covered. This wasn't a part of the Q&A, but in the devblog after the Q&A, SLS have announced 2 DLC packs that you can buy that offer a bunch of different cosmetics. The 2 packs are the Founders Pack, Eldest Bloodline, and Dracula's Relics. There's a link in the description to this blog if you want to see the full list of the cosmetics you can get. One thing I would like to highlight is that the Founders Pack, Eldest Bloodline contains the V Rising soundtrack by Migova, which from what I've heard so far is really good. I was a bit skeptical at first towards these DLC packs. For example, I still think it's a bit off that we have 3 gargoyles in the base game that we can put in our castles, and the Founders Pack includes 27. That's a lot more. On the other hand, this was fairly expected. Battlerite also had a Founders Pack as a way to support the game a bit extra and to get some cosmetics to be able to show that you were one of these early supporters. And yeah, if you're gonna do this, go ahead and put 27 gargoyles in there to give the early supporters their money's worth. I just hope that down the line, more character and castle customization will be added to the game and not as paid DLC. Before we move on, I'd just like to say something real quick. If you haven't decided if you want to get in on early access before you see some gameplay, I am currently playing the beta. It's under NDA, but I have been given permission to record footage as long as I don't release it before the release of early access. So here's what I'll do. I'm making a video with my closed beta impressions with actual gameplay footage of me playing this beta, which will be uploaded on this here channel the very second early access goes live. So if you'd like to see that, do subscribe to the channel. And if you found this video interesting or nice in any way, here's my pig, if you're into pigs. Do give the video a like, since it really helps small creators like me get more eyeballs on our videos. Alright, thanks for staying with me. Time to move on. One topic that I've been very interested in is servers. So there are 3 different kinds of official public servers: PvE, PvP, and full loot PvP. The difference between PvP and full loot PvP is that if you die in full loot servers, other players can loot your corpse and take all your stuff. Your full loot. However, we will be able to create private servers, either via the client or set up our own servers through Gportal. In these private servers, there are over 60 customizations we can make, and this is Nice. For example, we'll be able to adjust player caps, clan sizes, or starting equipment and spells, which is really cool for people who just want to play PvP. Like I said earlier, there is a lot of good questions and interesting answers. This was a summary of the information that I found to be especially interesting. I will be live playing V Rising on the 17th of May. For more information about V Rising and my content about it, you can find links to my Discord server and Twitch channel in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.